Hello, my children. Hasnotalent here, and today we're going to be talking about Super Smash Bros. Melee, the game that is most certainly more than meets the Melee. If you're familiar with Melee, you'll of course know it as a game that famously has zero glitches, jank, or oddities, and is perfect in every conceivable way. I want to paint you a picture though. You're at a tournament, let's say, in a match, and you hit your opponent off stage, and instead of jumping and using their up B, they're a little bit late and fall to their death. I thought I had a jump, they bemoan. Fucking game stole my jump. And you roll your eyes, and you chuckle, and you say no Johns, and then it's curtain GG, shake hands, done. Well, guess what, my fellow Falcon nipple enthusiasts? I've found proof. Yes, actually, the game really does steal your jump in very specific circumstances. First, I want to show you some examples and go over the information on the screen here. First of all, we have the state name and state frame, which tells you which animation you are currently in, as well as what frame of that animation we're at. Next, we have the engine analog stick input, which is the position the game considers the stick to be at. The number on the left is the left and right axis, and the number on the right is the up and down axis. Next, we have our currently used jumps. And finally, we have our hit stun value, which is the amount of stun our character is currently in, during which you can't make any inputs. Lastly, I just want to point out the double jump rings that show up when you use your second jump. Keep that in mind because that will become important in a bit. So, here's some examples. Here's Fox getting up throw tippered at 80% and getting his jump stolen. And here it is again, slowed down. Notice how his state name never enters the jump state, and as such has not spent a single frame in his jump animation. So keep in mind, this is not accidentally jumping the frame before you get hit or anything like that. You never spend a single frame of animation in the jump state, and yet it eats your jump anyway. This is real. This is a real thing. If you pay attention, you can see that the double jump rings here show up despite never being in the jump state. They are oftentimes very difficult to see because of the hit effects, but they are there. Here's another example of Falco getting hit by Donkey Kong, and again we can see the jump getting stolen and the double jump rings appear. Why I like this example though is that Falco's state never changes at all. He remains in the damage fly top state the entire time, still loses his jump, still has double jump rings, yet never spends a single frame of animation in the actual jump state. Again, this is real. This isn't jumping before you get hit. This is the game stealing your jump. But why? Well, I'll explain it to you to the best of my ability. First of all, the character needs to be in the air. So in other words, one of their jumps have to be gone already. Doesn't matter how you get there. It can be from jumping or getting hit into the air or getting thrown into the air. As long as you're in the air, you're set up for this to happen. The second thing is the person getting hit needs to SDI upwards on the exact frame they get hit. Even one frame late and this whole stolen jump thing doesn't happen. It has to be the exact frame they get hit because you cannot be in hit stun. You have to have zero hit stun for this to happen. This is interesting because when I was testing this, I thought to myself that Marth up throw tipper against Fox at 60% should cause this problem all the time, and yet it never did. And then when I investigated more, I realized it was because Fox was still in hit stun. So if you up throw tipper Fox at 60, like here, it doesn't need his jump, even if he SDIs on the first frame he's hit. But if you do it at 80%, like in our intro example, he leaves hit stun 2 frames before getting hit, and as such, gets his jump stolen when he SDIs. Now, I'm going to show you another clip, and I want to see if you can notice anything different. Did you see it? When Captain Falcon got hit here, there were no double jump rings. Still had his jump stolen, but no indication that it's happened. So whoa, what's causing this now? Well, Melee. It's just another smidgen of Melee jank for you. Enjoy. Captain Falcon, Ganon, Peach, and Zelda, but not Sheik of course, will not show any double jump rings when this happens. Neither does Puff, but she doesn't have any anyway. Oh, and also Yoshi, but only when his armor is already broken. Are you following along yet? So yes, if you've ever been playing Captain Falcon and then got up throw tippered by Marth at 80% and you just tumbled off stage to your doom and screamed out, "What the fuck, the game just stole my jump." Well, yeah, it did. You were totally right. And yes, the game screwed you over. I tested all of the characters, of course. Well, Yoshi does have armor. He just jumps through it, which does show double jump rings, by the way. It's just when his armor's broken that he loses them. For Kirby and Puff, having this happen just eats one of their jumps, and they still get to keep all the remaining jumps. Nessa's kind of weird because it will eat his jump and show the double jump rings, but the sound effect of him jumping still plays to completion, which is unusual. So, just to reiterate, you have to be in the air, you have to SDI up the first frame you're hit, and you have to not be in hit stun. At least on Uncle Punch and on Slippy. I do have a GameCube here, but it's kind of hard to test just by myself, so if anyone has a Wii and can confirm this still happens on first-party tournament equipment, I'd love to know. I'd imagine it does, but better to have confirmation. So, yeah. There you go. The game really does eat your jump. Probably the only time in the history of Melee where a commonly said John is theoretically legitimate. Mind-blowing. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully it increases our knowledge about Melee in some small way. Take it easy, and I'll see you when I see you.